Happy day, folks. So, going to do a quick video before I dash off to work. Just finish my cup of coffee. Want to do a little housekeeping before I hit the topic. Put a little beard balm in the beard today instead of beard oil. It's like a thicker balm. Acts as an oil anyway, but a little heavier. Really love how it feels. Anyway, I have 3 points of housekeeping. The first is that I have made on my blog a comments of the year section in which you YouTubers starred. There were plenty of comments from Twitter, from my blog, from Facebook. But YouTube is the most interactive of the things I do. And you guys talk to me a lot, which I really, really appreciate for various reasons. But anyway, so I did comments of the year. So I'll put the link down below. Visit it. See if your wit made the list. Second thing is, hey, it's Christmas, and maybe you'd like to give me a Christmas present. So, Naked Appeal. Visit my Patreon page. I'll put the link to that below as well. Patreon is like Kickstarter, except that it's sort of ongoing. So a few of you guys already do this. You can sign up to give me $1 a month. And that would be awesome. $2 a month, $10 a month, whatever it might be. I'm really happy to say that through the various means that you can make money online, through the Joffrey the Giant stuff. I make about a week's pay in a year, which my accountant observed and was very impressed. I guess no one else he's ever cared for has made any money. It's not a lot of money, right? I put a lot of hours into it, and I'm not looking for any sort of pay, but man, it sure makes it easier to dedicate the time. Patreon, if you want to give me just a little bit each month, that would be an amazing gift. There's no, you can set up Patreon so you can give special things to the people who give a little extra. I might do that occasionally, but not really. This is just a way for you to show patronage for what I do. There's no special portal where you get more stuff. I'm not going to be producing secret videos for the guys who do support me. But man, if you would like to just show some support, that would be amazing. Of course, commenting and all that, like the stuff that I mentioned in the previous post, all of that is support too. I got a great message and video today from one of my viewers this morning, and that sort of thing is really awesome. It actually is invigorating and motivates me to do these things. All right, we're 3 minutes in and we're still in housekeeping. Come on. All right, the final thing is, did a video on Snuff yesterday. People seem to have enjoyed it. Hopefully it will continue to get views and comments, in which hopefully you saw, good-naturedly made fun of snuff takers. So for a few of you who mentioned it, I will go ahead and try to take some snuff properly now. Much gentler. There you go. And I'm all about the snuff, for the record. Okay, so another video without any smoking. Snuff it is. And let's talk about the topic at hand. So, I've been in the series of posts inspired by Food for Thought. This weekend I will be posting a full review. And with that full review, this book, Food for Thought by Francis Fukuyama, I will also be posting a contest. So the publishing house, they've seen the response you guys have made so far, and they are throwing my way not only a copy of the book, but a couple of other prizes as well. So that'll go up this weekend. Keep your eye out for it. Meanwhile, so this book is about food. And food as a Christian, feasting as a Christian. And it has everything from theology to recipes. What I want to talk about today is Sabbath feasting. Feasting is a thing in the Christian faith. Deuteronomy 14 commands the people to buy themselves during times of feast animals and wine and beer and to go to town. And then the direction that the Christian faith moves toward is a direction of feasting. And it's feasting that puts fasting in perspective. So Jesus will talk about that. But whether you look in Isaiah or you look in the book of Revelation, everything is moving toward feast. And there are feasts now to point us in that direction. This lends special significance to Christian hospitality. Entertaining angels unawares. To being ready to show hospitality at any moment, but especially being prepared to show hospitality on Sundays. So, in this book, Fukushan talks about preparing ahead of time to be able to show hospitality on Sundays as a Christian. Go to church, grab some people, do some hospitality, do some feasting. So the emphasis that he is working on is you can. So he starts off the chapter on Sabbath feasting and hospitality with an example of how your morning might go as you get ready to take your family to church, right? And those of us who drag armies of children to church on a Sunday morning know that it can be very challenging, and that occasionally we will utterly fail, right? So he gives a story of this goes wrong and that goes wrong. Finally, they get there and the oven is still on, so he has to get in the car and drive home, turn off the oven, blah, 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 blah. These things happen, right? So it makes it difficult to have people over. And so he says prepare. And I say prepare, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. And then you talk about the busyness of the week, and you're going from hockey to school to ballet, soccer, piano, go to the library, go to the grocery store, etc., unendingly. So you're very, very, very busy during the week. You need to stop and rest on the weekend, and particularly on Sunday. So then if you're going to rest on Sunday, prepare for that. So the word rest suggests to most of us a sense of stoppage, right? Of so stillness, right? But where the systems kind of go down because they can't go on anymore. In the Romance languages, the word for resting is untiring, which is kind of a negative word, right? You can untire, or you can recreate, right? So recreation is something rest can be. That's a very positive thing. So you can just shut down your systems because they're about to break down, or you can recreate. You can engage in recreation. So R&R, rest and recreation, right? So rest is more than just being still. So beyond the busyness and then resting when compared to busyness template, I would want to talk about the rhythm of life. Rhythm is super, super important. We actually, the weekend is very long. 2 days. Most of us get 2 days of potential resting time, right? Now, a lot of people are busy, and they can't bring themselves to rest or recreate in any way. So their Saturdays are just as busy. It just is not with job stuff, but They never stop, and it's dumb, and they collapse at some point, or they always feel under pressure, and they're always stressed. But a lot of us come to a complete stop on the weekends, and I think that actually is a big part of the stress of having people over, is that you're busy, work all during the week, and then Saturday shows up, and everything stops, and you untire. You begin to untire. You begin to rest, as in you begin to shut down. But shutting down is tiring. Right? Stopping is tiring because you have to restart, and you don't want to. There are two reasons on Sunday you might not want to have someone over. It might be that you have been frantic for 6 days, and now as the week begins again, you are still frantic and you can't stop being frantic. The other reason might be that you were frantic for 5 days, and then you stopped and did nothing on Saturday, and now you want to do nothing today. It's more about rhythm. And circumstances impact our lives, right? And we can't completely control everything, right? But I think we can control the rhythm at which we do things more than we can control the number of obligations that we have. We don't have to do things in a frenzied and frenetic manner, a frantic manner. So that preparing for a Sunday feast on a Saturday can be helpful. But think about making a cake. You can make a cake with a deadline pushing in on you. Or you can make a cake as an exercise in relaxation, as an exercise in recreation. Doing things, cooking, cleaning, stocking the house, in preparation for feasting, can have a very positive rhythm, especially if you are aware throughout the week. Like you put yourself on a weekly cycle, so you're constantly building back up to the renewing of the week on Sundays and the new feast. So everything kind of builds up to that a little bit. If you read The Supper of the Lamb, which is another excellent Christian book on food and feasting, Supper of the Lamb by Robert Farrar Capon, that the whole idea of that is that you have a week's worth of meals based on one lamb. But so broth figures very largely into that book. So think of ways in which food itself can actually have a week-long cycle. But whatever it is, all the hospitality stuff that you do, put it on a week-long cycle. And that starts with the family, right? So family meals, family activities. I guess the takeaway I would want people to have from this video is not to hurry. There's a quote from John Wooten, the great UCLA basketball coach, which I love pulling out with the kids that I coach. It is. I'm not sure about word for word, but it's basically act quickly, but don't hurry. Or be fast, but don't hurry. Something like that, right? Don't hurry. Do not be in haste. Oh, there are many, many things we must do in our lives. And the day can be very, very full. Now, in basketball, it takes a lot of training to be able to move quickly and be decisive, but not be hurrying. And it takes training in life too, I think. But that should be our goal, that we don't want to hurry through life. We can have very busy lives, but with a rhythm that is controlled and poetic and beautiful. And if it's a rhythm that is controlled and poetic and beautiful, it means that as we dance through the dance floor of life, we can bring others in. So we can have them over on Sunday, or Tuesday for that matter. And we have this dance into which we can grab them by the waist and lead them through it, and they fit in it, and then they spin out of it, and everything is fine, because there is actually a rhythm to our lives. All right, that was the topic. Rhythm to our lives. Be thoughtful, be purposeful, do not hurry. Have people over on Sundays. All right, y'all. I am out. Do not forget, please, to check out that Comments of the Year thing on my blog. Check out the Patreon page. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Peace be upon you.